And now for the latest on the impact of severe tropical storm Crising and the enhanced southwest monsoon, we are now joined by OCD Deputy Spokesperson Diego Mariano. Good morning, Diego, and thanks for joining us here on Morning Matters.
Yes, good morning and good morning to our all viewers.
All right, Diego, will give us the latest tally. How many individuals and families have been affected and were displaced by Crising?
As of latest report that we have today, there are more than 800,000 persons or individuals that has been affected, and that is equals to, or that is equivalent to 225,000 families. With that number, 20,000 individuals or equivalent to 5,900 plus families are inside our evacuation centers.
Well, Diego, you did mention 800,000 individuals affected. That's quite a large number. What's the situation like in evacuation centers?
Okay, for our all evacuation centers, all assistance are provided by our LGUs, and it is augmented by DSWD and Office of Civil Defense. So all the needs of our evacuees are all provided for by the LGUs and other other national government agencies.
But is there assistance available also for families and persons who are not in evacuation centers but were still affected by the storm?
Yes, all assistance are provided to those who needed it. So even those who are staying to their relatives, or also to those who are staying in their friends, all assistance are also being provided for. But of course, those who are inside evacuation centers are those who will be given the assistance primarily because the location is easily can be accessed.
And Diego, what is the current estimate on the damage on infrastructure and agriculture following the onslaught of Tropical Storm Crising?
For the damage to infrastructure, we have reported around more than 219 million worth of damage to the infrastructure. That is in Region 1 and Region 6, and some of them are flood control infrastructure. Then for our agriculture, we have Department of Agriculture have reported around 53 million worth of damage, and that is composed of rice, high value crops, and livestock.
What really surprised a lot of people, because the direction of Crising was west-northwestward, but it also hit other regions in Visayas and Mindanao. Are there any particular areas, Diego, where damage has been more severe or even unexpected?
Mhm. Because the weather disturbance or the weather system that we have experienced is not only the typhoon, I mean the tropical cyclone Crising, but we have also experienced the southwest monsoon or hanging Habagat. This southwest monsoon was enhanced and was being pulled by tropical cyclone Crising. So other parts other than the northern Luzon was also affected, which includes parts of Visayas and parts of Mindanao. Wherein in Visayas, the most heavily affected was the Region 6 and the Negros Island region, because most of the parts of southwest monsoon is also in that area.
What about contingency plans, Diego, to restore communications and electricity? Which areas are currently the priority for the OCD in terms of that?
For communication, we have contingency plans that is worked out with the Department of Information and Communication Technology, in which they are the cluster head for emergency communications. But however, our communications was all restored. So as of reporting time, we don't have reports of any areas that doesn't have communication lines or connection.
What about electricity, power?
Okay, for the other lifelines, for the power, we have of the 115 cities and municipalities that were affected, 92 have already been restored. And for the water supply, out of the two municipalities that were affected, one of which was already restored.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Diego, but the OCD has so far already released about 2.58 million pesos in aid. How is that funding being handled and distributed, and will more resources follow?
As of reporting time, we have already the government have already provided 50 million worth of assistance. That is
Mm-hmm.
composed of assistance from the LGUs, the DSWD, and of course the Office of Civil Defense.
Mm-hmm. And would you say there are challenges, or what would you say is the biggest challenge that the OCD is facing in implementing these relief efforts and rescue operations?
Of course, the most challenging part for these operations is always be the logistics. Um,
Mm-hmm.
our country is composed of different islands, and we are always separated by bodies of water, in which is gives more challenge in providing or delivering the assistance to those who needed it. And of course, the for the rescue operations, we have always looking forward to improve our equipment and our capacity build and our capacity. So the most
Mm-hmm.
challenging part here is, of course, the logistics and of course the capacity, the equipment and the skills of our responders.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, if logistics is the problem or the biggest challenge, coordination will be of utmost important, Diego, especially between the national and the local government, and especially the local disaster councils. Can you walk us through how the OCD activates and mobilizes your responders in different parts of the country?
All right. We mobilize our responders through our regional offices. Once the red alert or the blue alert was raised in our national in the NDRIMC operation centers, this will be cascaded to our regional offices. Then, in turn, it will be cascaded to our local BRM offices and councils, in which the action and the operations will be locally handled by the local government units. As for the
Mm-hmm.
as for the national government, we cascade our
Mm-hmm.
policies, and if these local governments needed an augmentation or help from the national government, that's the time we will come in and provide those assistance needed.
Mm-hmm. But what was the response like among residents, Diego? Was there hesitation in evacuating? I mean, what is your message for those who choose to stay behind despite warnings already, red alert warnings during
Mm.
typhoons?
Yes, there will always be a resistance on
Mm-hmm.
evacuation, as they always says they know what they're doing, they know what is happening in their localities. As they
Mm-hmm.
said, they're already living for their community for so when to evacuate. However, time is changing,
Mm-hmm.
our climate is changing, the climate change. So you cannot just predict what will happen in your area. So we always say that when the government asks you to evacuate, we always ask for them, or we always request them to please cooperate, because there are two lives at stake here. First is the life of themselves, those we are asking to evacuate, and the second life that at stake here is the responders as well. For the time that they need to be responded, is in just in case they did not evacuate on time and they were trapped, the lives of our responders is also at stake here. So we always request our the Filipinos and or to those who are all affected is to cooperate to the government, and if the local government is asking for you to evacuate, please evacuate accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Well, Diego, we are already in the midst of typhoon season in the Philippines. We just spoke to Pagasa, and they did say they are also monitoring a low pressure area, which could possibly
Mm.
intensify into a tropical storm. Are there other areas that you are closely monitoring? And can we expect the OCD to remain on high alert? Because we are, as I said, in the midst of typhoon season.
Yes. We are always closely monitor, especially this during rainy seasons. We are closely monitoring those who are places or areas that are catch basins or river, those who are river basins, especially in the around the region 3, because all the rains and water from the northern Luzon and from the mountains of Cordillera, those waters will always go down to the catch basins in region 3, especially the Pampanga river basins. You're also looking after those areas that are near the volcanoes, because once rain goes near these volcanoes, the dust, the ashes will go down as lahar.
Mm-hmm.
And worst case scenario, if this goes erupted as well, it will rain mud
Mm-hmm.
in this area. So it's another worst case scenario. But the Office of Civil Defense and the whole government is always preparing for this. Um, Yearly, almost around 20 tropical cyclones is always visiting our country. So we can say that we are not prepared, because we are always on high alert, and we are always prepared because as I said earlier, um, there is always a tropical cyclone here. We have a lot of hazard here. We have earthquakes, we have volcanoes. So there are no time for us to take a rest. We are always on high alert. We are always preparing.
In other words, there's no excuse to be unprepared. But thank you very much for all the updates this morning. That was OCD Deputy Spokesperson Diego Mariano. Thank you, Diego.
Thank you as well, and